Okay, guys, we're working on N3. We're going to get to a 70 SMART score. This is very similar to N2, where it asks you to identify the different quadrilaterals, but this is just kind of asking questions about those quadrilaterals. So, this first one says, is a rectangle always a parallelogram? Now, if we go look at that graphic organizer that we're supposed to be looking at, a rectangle is underneath parallelogram, right? So that means that anytime that we say that something's a rectangle, it's also called a parallelogram. So when we go back and we answer this question, is a rectangle always a parallelogram? We're going to say yes, because it was underneath parallelogram on that graphic organizer. Is a trapezoid always a quadrilateral? Well, one thing we know about a trapezoid is it's always got four sides. A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. So, yes, a trapezoid's always going to be a quadrilateral. Is a kite always a quadrilateral? Yes, because a kite always has four sides. So, it's always going to be a quadrilateral. Is a parallelogram always a rectangle? Okay, so let's go back and let's look at this graphic organizer. If I have a parallelogram, it could also be a rhombus, or it could be well, a square would also be a rectangle. A parallelogram could also be a rhombus. So just because something's a parallelogram doesn't mean that it's got to be a rectangle. So we're going to say sometimes a parallel. Oh, is it always? No, it's not. Is a parallelogram always a rectangle? No, because it could be a rhombus. Is a quadrilateral always a kite? Well, no, because a quadrilateral could be a parallelogram, could be a rectangle, could be a square, so it is not always a kite. Is a rhombus always a quadrilateral? Does a rhombus always have four sides? Yes, it does. So that means that it's always a quadrilateral. Is a square always a rhombus? Okay, let's go back and let's look. When we did N2 yesterday, if we click square, we also clicked rhombus, rectangle, and parallelogram because a square is also called all of these other things. So is a square always a rhombus? Yes, it is because it's underneath it. Is a rectangle always a parallelogram? Yes. We did that one earlier. Rectangle sits underneath parallelogram on that graphic organizer. Choose the word that makes the sentence true. A kite is always a quadrilateral because a kite always has four sides. So it's always going to be a quadrilateral. Okay, so there we are at 70. Hope it doesn't take you too long. I'll see you later.